Hello, good morning students. This is MSc Physics online lecture series for the subject Mathematical Methods in Physics. We are taking module first of this MMP, which is named as Complex Analysis. In today's lecture, we are going to study for the basics for complex analysis. What are complex numbers and how they are represented. Complex numbers, initially when there are the starting phase of inventing initial numbers like natural numbers, whole numbers, fractionals, there is a one situation that scientists could not find the equivalent for the number under root of minus 1, which is involved in quadratic equations. Okay, what are quadratic equations? Like ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, which are solutions as x is equal to minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac upon twice a. This quantity under root b square minus 4ac can be negative. Okay, as b square is less than product of 4ac, then we get under root of minus some quantity. Scientists could not find the equivalent of this. They put this under root minus 1 as a considered as imaginary number. Label it as a I, and this I has value as under root minus 1. Okay, then there is the starting of invention or the starting of complex numbers, like complex numbers are represented by letter Z, and this is Z is equal to x plus iy, where x and y are real numbers, right? So here x is called as real part of complex number, and y is called as imaginary part of complex number, right? Then this is just a beginning. There are lots of calculations, derivations, theorems are involved in further lectures. So let's begin with our complex number introduction and their properties and relation between basic algebraic relations and complex number properties. So when there is an invention of new numbers, we perform some basic operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Okay, so let's start with the first point, the addition of complex number. Let's consider two complex numbers as z1 is equal to x1 plus I y1 and z2 is equal to x2 plus I y2. Okay, so to take addition of these two complex numbers, like z1 plus z2 is equal to x1 plus I y1 plus x2 plus I y2. This will come as x1 plus x2 plus of I y1 plus y2. Right? This is the addition of z1 and z2. Now we study the second point, subtraction of complex number. Subtraction of complex numbers. So, as we have considered two complex numbers like z1 is equal to x1 plus i1 and z2 is equal to x2 plus i1. So, considering this for subtraction as z1 minus z2 is equal to x1 plus i1 minus of x2 plus y2. This will come as x1 plus i1 minus x2 minus y2. So, combining real parts like x1 minus x2 plus of y1 minus y2. This will give the subtraction of two complex numbers. Third point is multiplication of complex number. Multiplication of complex number. So, multiplication of complex number like z1 into z2 is equal to x1 plus y1 and x2 plus y2. Product represents the general algebraic multiplication like x1 is multiplied with x2, x1 is also multiplied with y2. So that will give x1 x2 plus x1 y2 plus y1 x2 plus I square y1 y2. This implies that x1 x2 minus y1 y2 plus of I x1 y2 plus x2 y1, where this I square has value since I square is equal to minus 1 because we have I is equal to under root minus 1. After taking the square, we get I square is equal to minus 1. Now study the division of two complex numbers. So the division of two complex numbers given as 4 point like division of two complex numbers like z1 is equal to x1 plus I y1 and z2 is equal to x2 plus I y2. So, the division of two complex numbers are z1 is divided by z2. Okay? So, this can be written as x1 plus I y1 upon x2 plus I y2. In mathematics or algebraic mathematics, we know the conditions like multiplication by rationalization. What? By rationalization as z1 upon z2 is equal to x1 plus I y1 upon x2 plus I y2 is multiplied with the denominator with its a complex conjugate. What is complex conjugate? We will see in next point. Okay? So the complex conjugate is reversing the sign of minus or sign of I. So here is plus I, so this will come x2 minus I y2 and this is also divided by x2 minus I y2. Okay? So by algebraic relations of a square minus b square is equal to a plus b and next bracket a minus b. For this denominator, we can observe that x2 plus I y2 and second bracket x2 minus I y2. So we can using these relations we get at z1 upon z2 is equal to numerator is x1 plus I y1 and x2 minus I y2. Denominator becomes from these relations as a square, like x2 square minus b square. Minus b square is what? Minus of this square. So this will come minus, this will means I square y2. So next bracket will x1 plus I y1 upon a next bracket x2 minus I y2. This will come as x2 square. This I square is has value minus 1, right? So this minus 1 and this minus sign will become plus. So finally we become y2 square. Bracket complete. By multiplication rule, as we are seeing in third point, multiplication of two complex number, this relation we get as x1 x2 minus x1 I y2 plus I y1 x2 minus I square y1 y2. Okay, so this y square also become minus 1. So this minus sign is plus. So x1 x2 plus y1 y2. In next bracket we take I common as plus I is equal to x2 y1 minus x1 y2. Whole is divided by x2 square plus y2 square. Okay, this is what division of two complex number. Now you see use complex conjugate which we have used in this equation as complex conjugate of complex numbers. Next point, complex conjugate of complex number z. Okay, complex number z. So the complex number z is given as z is equal to x plus I1, right? If we are taking the complex conjugate of this, complex conjugate of z is written as z bar. On the head of the z there is a bar for representation of complex number, and this plus I is replaced with minus I as x minus I y. This is what complex number. And with this we have some properties. The first property is that if the addition of complex number and its complex conjugate will give rise to that z plus z bar is equal to x plus iy plus x minus iy. This will come x plus iy plus x minus iy. So this plus iy and minus iy cancel out. So we are left with 2x. This is x z plus z bar. So finally rearranging this equation, we are left with x is equal to z plus z bar upon 2. Right? So this x we have called is a purely real number, real complex number. So real part of z will come as x plus z bar upon 2, where x is called as real part of z or complex number. Similarly, we can consider for subtraction of two like a complex number and its complex conjugate as second point, the subtraction of z minus z bar, right? This will come like x plus iy plus x minus iy subtraction. So this minus sign will come like x plus iy minus x plus iy. So plus x minus x cancel out, so we are left to left with 2iy. So rearranging this, we are left with the imaginary part of z, like y is a imaginary part of z, is equal to z minus z1 upon twice I. These are the two important properties of complex number, which is obtained from its complex conjugate. This we are going to use in by solving the problems. Now we will discuss about the graphical representation of complex number in complex plane. In Cartesian coordinate, we use in 3 dimensions like x, y, z axis. Okay. In spherical, there is a r, theta, and phi axis. So, in complex plane, or you can say the graphical representation of complex number. Okay, here we consider x-axis and y-axis. For z is equal to x plus iy. So here we have called x as a real part of z and y is called the imaginary part of z. So x is called real axis, and y is called imaginary axis. So any complex number z in this complex plane represented as z is equal to x plus iy. So the point here is represented as x comma y. So here you can say on this axis this is distance x and this is distance y. So at point z or the point x comma y, we get the representation of this complex number. There are many examples which I have given in exercise or assignments on WhatsApp group. We can solve those examples like by using this graphical method. And with this graphical method, we have another quantity is known as modulus of z. Is known as modulus of z, or another name is argument of z. Argument of z, which is really related to this graphical representation. Okay, so this graphical representation, this modulus of z represented by it is represented by mod of z, right? And this mod of z can be given as mod z is equal to under root x square plus y square. Okay, this is what modulus of z. This can be given as in this relation. You can say that this is quantity x, this is y, and this will become 90 degree. So this hypotenuse or this line will give x square plus y square is equal to z square. Okay, so the quantity mod z square is equal to x square plus y square. This is called modulus of complex number. There are many algebraic properties like commutative law, associative law, distributive law, identity, and multiplicative inverse. This we are going to study point by point. Okay. So next is basic algebraic properties of complex number. Examples on these points we are going to take in next lecture. Okay. If there is any doubt in assignments, you can ask directly. We will solve those important or difficult questions only here. Simple questions you have to solve in your own. Right? So next point is basic algebraic properties of complex number. So first property is commutative law. Okay. In algebraic there is a commutative law, and the same law which we have used in the complex numbers, as there are two complex numbers. Let's consider two complex numbers, two complex numbers as Z1 and Z2. Now for commutative law, like if you add Z1 plus Z2 in this manner, this is also equivalent to adding Z2 plus Z1. Okay, same relation is applicable for multiplication, and if you multiply Z1 and Z2, will give same result for Z2 into Z. This is what commutative law. Second is associative law. Second is associative law. Okay, what is associative law for addition? For addition, it is for three complex numbers Z1, Z2, and Z3. The associative law works as Z1 plus Z2 bracket complete. Next is adding Z3 in this bracket result is equal to or has same result as adding Z1 into the addition of Z2 Z. Okay, this is for associative law of addition. Same case for multiplication, you can write as point 4 multiplication. You can write as Z1 Z2 bracket complete multiply with Z3 or just Z3 has same result for Z1, Z2 and Z3 next bracket. This is what associative law of addition and multiplication. Now third point is distributive law. Distributive law. Okay, let's consider the complex number Z, which is multiplied to the addition of two complex numbers as Z of Z1 plus Z2. This is what distributive law. This is equal to Z1 plus Z2. Multiply this Z with each of Z1 and Z2 with addition. Right? This is what distributive law. There is also 4, 5, 6 like the points additive inverse, multiplicative inverse, like that. So for additive inverse and multiplicative inverse, for additive inverse we can write Z plus or minus Z will give rise to 0. Okay, and for multiplicative inverse, Z into 1 upon Z will give rise to 1. This is called multiplicative inverse. Okay, so this is additive inverse and this is multiplicative inverse. Right? There is also multiplicative identity and additive identity. So fifth one is additive identity. For this case, we use 0. Z plus 0 is equal to Z. There is no change in your original Z. Okay? And for multiplication addition of multiplicative identity, that Z is multiplied to the 1, it gives rise to the Z. So output is same. This is called additive identity and multiplicative identity. These are some basic rules or laws or properties of complex numbers, which are sort of similar to the general algebraic properties. So there are some examples on these properties which we have given in WhatsApp group. We solve it. If the problems are not solved properly or easily, you can tell them or mark them, and we will discuss in our next lecture. Thank you for this lecture. The remaining part or the next point we will discuss in next lecture.